Hey guys, the lighting's gonna be so bad in this clip, but I thought I would update you on this top that I'm making. I definitely did the gauge swatch wrong. The width measurement was definitely wrong, but that's fine. I don't know what I did wrong. I think I just counted the stitch wrong. Maybe I didn't make the gauge swatch big enough, but anyway, it's fine. Even if you make this mistake, there's still room to decrease later. It's better that it is too big than too small. So now I'm going to just do a lot of decreases. One thing I will say is noted in the pattern, you need to do all your decreases like immediately in just a few rows basically, so that it can have that cinch waist effect and like be slouchy up here. You can't do it gradually as you go down. You have to do it all within like a couple of rows. I have a few things to update on, but I'm kind of tired right now and I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to talk. I am really loving this top. I can see the vision for sure with all the buttons and stuff. Imagine it's like this. Right? Do you see the vision? It's super cool how that one pattern can make all these different types of tops. I'm so impressed and happy with myself, to be honest. Like, you can make literally any type of top with this one pattern, and it like has like a really nice, I would almost say stitch knit look. I'm not sure, but it doesn't look like crochet. If you know what I mean by that, let me know, because I just feel like it doesn't look like crochet, this stitch. But yeah, with this one pattern you can make all of them, and yeah, I'm just so excited for the release date. Hey guys, so my face is super oily, but I just wanted to update you on the top that I'm writing to test the pattern. It is coming out so cute. I love this cinchedness. I might just show you what it looks like in the mirror, because I feel like it looks even better in the mirror. However, I will be adding a note in the pattern to say, do not make this pattern out of cotton, because this has zero give. I was saying that in the original one, but because I just took this apart and made it out of the same material, I'm coming across this issue again. I mean, I love it because it's sucking me in, but getting in and out of it is definitely not an experience that I want for the people right in the pattern. I'm fine with it because it's my design and, you know, I'm okay with that. But it's just like so avoidable by just using a stretchier yarn. Yeah, I think another thing I might do is for certain cup sizes and above, I might just say to, I mean, I already have that note in my pattern, but I'm gonna like make it more clearer that if you have like, if your waist versus your bust measurement is greater than 4 inches, subtract 4 or 3 inches from your bust and have that be your waist size, because this needs to come over your bust, like over your bust for you to wear it. There's quite a few designs of this type of top, right? What people do is that for this bottom part they use ribbing. They instead of going across like this, they go vertically, and that's because it has more stretch. The reason why I have not done that is because I want you to be able to have stripes like this all the way across really easily, and you can only have that and like consistent from top to bottom, like the way this is. I just love the look of stripes all the way from top to bottom. So the only way I could do that is if I didn't have the ribbing here. It allows more versatility and like the appearance. Like I just prefer the appearance of this, like I really just did. And for what I was going for, I just wanted you to be able to have stripes all the way throughout. That's my design decision behind that, and also because of the cinched waist detail that I will be adding later. So yeah, because of that though, we don't have the stretchiness that's provided if I was to have used ribbing down here, which is a bit annoying, but you can work around that by just being careful with the dimension you put in for this cinched waist portion. And I'm gonna put as much precaution in the pattern for that, because I don't want people to get to this stage and be like, oh, but I've told them, I also put in the pattern, it should not be a tight fit at this stage. It should not be a tight fit. Another thing I'm going to add is do not make out of cotton. It's not stretchy at all. The yarn you need to use for this pattern needs to have a bit of stretch to it, and this just has none whatsoever. So I would not advise it unless you want to make this quite baggy or like quite wide. If you don't mind that, then that's fine as well. But overall, it's just best I just advise not to use cotton. As for the testing process, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's stressing me out quite a bit. Like, when things don't go correctly, it really just hurts my heart because I just feel so bad. Like, I feel guilty, but at the same time, this is what this testing process is for me to be able to like weed out all the things that I wouldn't be able to find because I just made it for my own body. Now I'm having people of all different sizes and dimensions trying out the patterns so that we can identify things that, you know, I wouldn't be able to identify, making it just to my size. And one thing I did identify is in this, I'm gonna put a note anyway, but like there's only so many decreases you can do either side when you're sloping down for this part, and when you start to do like 3 on either side, it starts like bunching up weirdly. One of my pattern testers, unfortunately, that happened to her. Fortunately, but unfortunately, like I felt so bad because she had to frog all that she'd done so far. But at the same time, like we've now identified that, and she was really, really good. Shout out to you, Stephanie. I appreciate you so, so much. If you ever watch this, like you helped me out so much. I really, really, really appreciate you. Like I'm so sorry you had to like be the one to find the error, but I'm also so happy you did. So I'm gonna like make sure I, you know, put a warning in the code and the pattern to identify that for everyone. But yeah, let me show you what this looks like in the mirror. I feel like this is not translating well. Sorry, my face is covered in retinol at the moment, so that's why I'm trying to hide it. But yeah, with this skirt, it's brand new. I got this skirt from Mango Outlet. But I think it's just so cute, right? I would definitely wear this out. Hello guys. Yeah, so after the clip you saw yesterday, I did actually film another little clip talking about why I haven't really been vlogging this week. This is really awkward because there's a carpenter right there. Yeah, just discussing how I'm feeling about everything so far and trying to juggle things and like all these new experiences that I'm experiencing. And yeah, it was a really raw and honest conversation, to be honest, and it's quite hard for me to you know, remember all the points I had, but I'm not going to put that in the video, only because I looked a hot mess. Not that I'm saying I look top tier right now, but definitely better than I did in that clip. And I realized I don't have to put this on the internet so I'm just not going to. But it is important to have these conversations, especially as someone who is juggling a full-time job and also trying to pursue something creative like a crochet business and trying to enter a new space, in my case, which is pattern writing. And the kandi pattern pattern is really, really good. Like, I believe in it so much, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, having a pattern where you can just create so many different types of tops from one pattern, and you know, it auto populates. You can have any gauge size, you know, any material, any weight of yarn. Like, it's just so diverse and so versatile, and I really believe in it. So when like something happens that it doesn't go right for one of my testers, which is what's been happening, like having some issues with the pattern, like it does just hurt my chest and stuff. Like, it's like, oh, especially because I am like, I just always want to get everything right all the time, which is, you know, very unhealthy, to be honest. Like, no one can ever get everything right all the time, and I just have to remind myself that having testers, this is what it's all about. It is a good thing. I just have to remind myself that it's just hard when you always want to get everything right. Having so many commitments, so many things that you just want to succeed in, both in my professional environment and also in my creative environment, something that I'm pursuing, growing, building by myself. You know, it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. You can hear it's a bit commotion. There's a carpenter at my house right now to fix something, and that's a whole nother thing, being an adult and trying to also add in all those responsibilities and being social. Yeah, the reason I haven't been vlogging is because it was all just a lot, and I am in my luteal phase, so everything that normally I would be able to compartmentalize a lot better and handle everything as it comes, like, it just was just a lot, and I just could not I could not pretend. Like, it's so unnatural to me to not feel great and then also then come on camera. That doesn't come naturally to me. This whole thing doesn't really come naturally to me, to be honest. It's still quite mechanical and kind of like, it doesn't flow. So yeah, those are just a few of the things and reasons why this is not going to be a 1 week video. It's going to be more like a 2 week video. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying yesterday. I looked a hot mess because my braids are so overdue to come out, like, but it's just finding time to do that as well. Like, where is all this time coming from? Like, it's crazy. And also another thing I spoke about yesterday was transitioning from making kadara bags, where all the responsibility laid on myself, things getting done, it was just purely down to me, to now going into patterns where you have testers and like you're relying on external people. That shift I've realized within myself I'm finding difficult, because I just don't want to be burdensome to anyone. And like, another thing is, some of my testers are not responding to me, and they haven't been responding to me for a couple of weeks now, so I need to like follow up with them. But at the same time, like, I don't want to impose on them or be a burden to them. So finding a balance of, you know, I don't know, like being vocal, but then also not being too much, but then also like remembering that this is my pattern at the end of the day, like my work. So yeah, it's hard. This transition is hard. Relying on people is different and challenging in a way that I haven't experienced yet in this kadara studio journey. So yeah, I'm gonna end my rambling there, and I will come back when there's something to talk about. It's such a beautiful sunny day, which has definitely upped my mood. Yeah, I'm gonna go now, lock in, but get into this glow. Look at the sun, so beautiful. Let's get back to work. So I've kind of finished work, kind of, because I'm going to come back and do a bit more. But I thought I would go take a walk. I really want to go by a body of water. Like, I want to go by a body of water and watch the sunset and just really romanticize my life. If I wasn't going to the gym afterwards, I would have brought my crochet project as well, but I'm gonna do that, then go to the gym, and then I'll probably get a few bits for lunch and stuff because I'm in the office for the rest of the week just for packed lunch and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's go for a nice cute little whimsy walk. Let's go. I kind of like that whimsy walk. Anyway, let's go. Guys, I feel so much better. That was so strange of me to be in such a weird, like, gloomy mood. That was so random. Sorry about that. And guess what? Guess what? Go on, guess. My period started. That would explain it. That actually explains everything, in fact. But it just shows to me that, like, everything is just at the teetering point. Is that the word? Like, it's just at the cusp of balance, right? Any sort of imbalance would cause what you saw. Like, I just start spiraling. Like, it all just becomes a lot for me. So everything just needs to be in balance. Like a hormone imbalance is literally gonna ruin this very fragile system I've got going on. So yeah, I feel great now. Yeah, so I've nearly finished the top. I just added like the frills from the last time you saw it, but she agreed to do a photo shoot with me at the end of this month. So I'm gonna get a lot of content then. I'm gonna probably try and get content beforehand just so I can stay consistent with posting and stuff. Look how much better of a mood I'm in. I just can't believe my period does that to me, but I already knew that I have like really severe symptoms when it this channel even knows, like, I've spoken about it a couple of times about my period and stuff and how that just like really impacts my quality of life when it comes to that time of the month. But yeah, I feel much better now and I'm going to a really nice restaurant tomorrow, so I'll bring you along for that. But yes, and guys, the Lara top, I'm gonna make another one and I'm gonna be writing a pattern for that next, but I thought let me just cool down and just deal with one thing at a time. But I'm gonna write a top for a Lara top, and there's gonna be a spin-off. I can't tell you too much about it right now, but I'm so excited, like, because you guys, I feel like you guys understand a bit more how I write patterns now. If you've watched all the other previous videos about the kandi patterns, you know what's so funny about what I just said? I said how I write patterns. Girl, I wrote one, barely one, it's not even released. So let me talk about how I write. Whoa, where's the track record that I speak of? Anyway, what I was meaning to say is that when I do stuff like this, and how I plan to do stuff like this, is not only am I writing a pattern, I'm also understanding everything in terms of maths, because mine is an interactive. The way I plan to write majority of my patterns, if possible, is so that it does all the calculations for you, and it's an interactive PDF, so it's dynamic and all that good stuff. So because of that, everything I crochet, it's for me to turn it into a pattern, I need to understand the mathematical concepts behind, you know, the structure of what I'm designing and what I'm making. And I actually find it really fun. Like, I'm high-key a nerd, so that is actually causing this to be quite enjoyable for me, because it's like I didn't realize I could stimulate that side of my brain whilst crocheting. I didn't realize I could collide these two worlds like that. And that's really exciting to me, actually. I think I found my new thing, and I'm really happy about it because it benefits you. Because you get these really dynamic patterns that like you can use for all sorts of designs. You can make one for yourself, you can make one for your baby, and you only need to buy the pattern once. Also, I was seeing this discourse online that people don't repeat patterns, and I found that really interesting, that like they buy it and then they make it once and then they're done. But I feel like my concept, a pattern you can use time and time again, all different people, if you want to make it for anyone, you can use that one pattern without having to purchase again ever. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about this, and I'm intrigued as to where it's gonna go. And you know, I've also got my kadara bags. And guys, let's address the elephant in the room. I will be releasing a pattern for the kadara bags. However, I just need to refine a few things. Like I just need to think about it and just work on it a bit more. It's just going to require a bit of TLC, and I'm trying to be strategic about it as well. And it's my baby, like that was my original design. Releasing that as a pattern, I feel like, you know, besides everything I just said, there's also some sort of emotional connection. Like that was my first ever original crochet design. So I just have like an emotional attachment to it. For now, I'm gonna go to bed while I still have to email my guys. How could I forget? One of my testers, Annie, she posted a picture of her own kandi top, and it looks so good. And it was the blue one, where she made it in blue, and it just looked so good. And I just thought it was so crazy. Like she followed the instructions I wrote and made her own top. Like that's so fun. Like it just makes me so happy. But enough of that. I am going to log off for tonight.